Okay, so I'm going to assume that you've taken the time to clean up the image and have fixed all the blemishes and tears on the image. Let's go back in. So we can repair all the tears, and remember that um, I can use the clone stamp tool for fixing some areas, and then the patch and the healing brush for others. I'm going to zoom out, Control 0 to fit on screen. Now, what I want to do now is talk about what to do next. So there's a couple of things I can do with this. I can crop the image. Let's look at how to diversify. Lots of times when I'm working in Photoshop, I get to a point where I want to try something interesting or new or different. And what I'll do is I'll duplicate the canvas. So I'll go to Image. I'll go down to Duplicate. I can name it. I don't have to. I'll click OK. And what it does is it makes a duplicate of the image at this point in the game. So if I want to try something, I can duplicate it and then save it and have two versions of the same image. I can also use the history palette snapshot to do the same thing, and I'll show you how to do that in another session. So first thing, one option is cropping. So I can just go up and grab that crop tool. I'll zoom out a little bit, Control minus, and bring the handles inwards. And I can save myself a lot of work by cropping in on this image. Hit enter, and now I don't have as much work to do. So that's one option. Let's go over to the other canvas and let's recreate this vignette on the image. So what I want to do is recreate this vignette. So what I want to do is I'm going to take it through a couple of stages. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to click the Make New Layer button. So I'm putting this on a separate layer. Then I'm going to go up and I'm going to grab the elliptical marquee tool. Now, I can also do this with a vector shape, but in this exercise, we're going to keep it simple and we're just going to use an elliptical marquee. And I'm going to drag down that elliptical marquee. Now, it used to be that when you were working in Photoshop, if your elliptical marquee went outside of the canvas, it would be cut off. My version, it still does that. Some of your versions, that may not happen. I'm clicking and dragging down from the upper left down to the lower right until I get the right dimensions for my elliptical marquee. While we're in here, let's look at a couple other options. If I hold on the Alt key and drag, I can draw from the center out. Hold down the Alt key and draw from the center out. If I hold down the Shift key, it makes a perfect circle. Or if I were using the rectangular marquee tool, it would make a perfect square. If I wanted to draw a circle from the center out and make it perfect, I could hold down both the Alt and the Shift key and I draw a circle from the center out that's perfect. So I'm going to draw down an ellipse. And that looks pretty good. Now what I want to do is I want to recreate that vignette that you see in the old-timey photos. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the area with a solid fill. So to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that selection, I'm going to invert it. I'm going to go to select, I'm going to choose inverse. So now I have the opposite of what I've selected. Then I'm going to go to image. I'm going to go down to, I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to go down to fill. And in this case, I want to fill with a solid color. So I can fill with black and click OK, and then go to select and choose deselect. And now I've got this really cool vignette over the image. And that's going to be it for that particular project. We're going to stop here. I want to thank you.